We sat down with Sherry Knight from Pet Search, our Subaru Loves Pets partner in a foster-based animal rescue, to talk more about her and her story, what the importance of Pet Search is in our community, and how Subaru Loves Pets and its funding helps Pet Search achieve their goals. And she brought some friends. This is how it went. What's your name and position at Pet Search?
Hi, my name is Sherry Knight, and I am the CEO and foster home coordinator and volunteer animal placement coordinator for Pet Search. Pet Search is an all-volunteer animal rescue and placement organization. We have been in existence since 1986, servicing southwestern Pennsylvania, Washington County, other counties with animal aid, placement, all different kinds of services that we can help our community provide.
What's your story, and how did you end up where you are with Pet Search?
Okay, I came from a family of pet lovers. My mother was the neighborhood rescue person, so we always had a variety of animals: birds, rabbits, dogs, cats. Anybody that would find an animal, it would end up at our house. My mother would get it back to health and find homes for it. When my husband and I first got married, when we built our house, we had neighbors that had moved out and had left 3 dogs. One was pregnant. And we ended up fostering them and had contacted a local shelter asking for assistance. We started volunteering there, and we just did not have the same philosophy. And so that's how Pet Search got started in 1986. We started out in our living room with my husband and I and 2 other volunteers, and the rest is pretty much history. You know, a long history, 38 years of animal rescue, starting out with the first year fostering maybe about 20-25 dogs and puppies, and now we do an average of probably about 600-700 a year with 42 plus foster homes.
What exactly is Pet Search?
Well, when we started Pet Search in 1986, we started out as strictly a foster-based. When we volunteered with the shelter, we were foster homes. And we found out that for a lot of the animals that we did end up fostering through the shelter had shut down in the shelter, but blossomed when they were in a family environment. And so when we started Pet Search, we felt that a lot of animals would have a better chance if they were staying in a foster home with a family, with other pets, in an environment where they weren't living in a cold building, but had the opportunity to lay on a sofa, go outside, play in a backyard with kids. And so that's why we decided we were going to remain as a foster base. When we started, we were the first all foster-based rescue in Western Pennsylvania. Now there are more foster-based rescues in Pennsylvania than there are actual shelters. So the concept that we started has certainly taken off. It is a better environment that these animals are staying with families in their homes and being well socialized. And we find that we have fewer animals that are returned because our foster homes can be very honest. We're very transparent about the good, the bad, the ugly with any of these animals that are living with us, and we can be a better matchmaker for families trying to find the right pet for their family.
What is the importance of Pet Search in our community and for these pets?
We are seeing more animals than ever being surrendered. We are seeing more animals being strays because the shelters and the rescues are full now. Everybody blames COVID. And it's not necessarily COVID. Yes, a lot of people did get animals during COVID because they were home. We had the foresight, and a lot of rescues said that they saw it too, but we were seeing people, shelters and rescues posting, we have no animals, we have no animals. They're going to come back. And they found out sadly that they did when people went back to work and they had dogs that were showing a lot of anxiety because they were working from home for 6, 7, 8 months. And the dogs got used to having somebody in the house, and therefore they created anxiety, and with anxiety came destruction and other behaviors that weren't acceptable by the family. Now we are seeing more with the economy. The cost of everything is going up. Food, veterinary care, it's all going up, and people aren't anticipating that when they're getting a pet. And so that's the primary reason why people are now surrendering pets is I can't afford them. I can't afford the food, I can't afford the vet care, I can't afford the deposit that rentals need, and so they're contacting shelters, they're contacting rescues, and when they're full, they're just letting them go. And so we've seen a major influx of surrenders, and our role in the community is trying to help as many people as we can, but the number of adoptions are down because people are surrendering, and they're just not there. So we're trying to help out the community as best we can with providing care for the animals that people just can't keep. That's one of the programs that we have. We do provide 4 times a year what we call our Rabies Plus Clinic, which is a low-cost clinic. We do 2 clinics in Washington, 2 clinics in Canonsburg. It is an $8 rabies vaccination, it's other vaccines, because it is helping our community with people that are on limited incomes that they can get their dogs and their cats vaccinated. We also provide microchipping, and last year through Subaru Loves Pets, our $4,000 grant was for microchipping, and we provided microchipping free of no charge at our Subaru Loves Pets adoption event, as well as through the next 2 rabies clinics that we had with the microchips that we were able to provide. So we did a lot of microchipping in the community, which of course helps people get their pets back if they do get away.
What are some of PetSearch's goals, and how does Subaru Loves Pets help you with achieving those?
Our main goal is to be able to continue to help our community. We started probably about 8 or 9 years ago an incentive for what is called TNR, which is trap, neuter, and return release feral and community cats. And we are seeing a lot more of that in our community because people are just letting their unspayed, unneutered cats loose and just overpopulating the areas. So we started our initiative of TNR by recycling aluminum. And so people can drop off aluminum cans to our office at 915 Jessup Place in Washington, or at General Alloys, which is on West Wiley Avenue, and they will collect them for us. And this way we can provide for larger colonies of cats what we call a BOGO, that the person that is the caretaker will pay for one, we pay for one through the aluminum can recycling. We are just finishing up a colony in Keisterville, which is Fayette County, so we just don't do Washington County. We have major outreaches, and we help different communities in different counties. We're just finishing up. We've done 22 cats in a colony there. We have 2 more that we need to do. That colony will be finished. We have a colony in Burgestown of about 20-some cats. We've done 6 so far because we just started that colony about 2 weeks ago. And we have colonies that we've been maintaining here in Washington County since 1990. We won't tell people where those colonies are because we don't want people to know that we are maintaining them. We feed, we take care of veterinary care. So we don't always want to tell people where they are because we don't want people to know they can drop off, animals in that area. So that is something that we are continuing. Where we see PetSearch going in the future is still continuing on helping our community through our rabies clinics. We get food donations from several different pet stores, and our fosters, of course, have access to use that food, but foods that we don't necessarily feed, we do provide to our communities. We used to provide it through a local food pantry, but now we are going to start our own little mini food pantry that people can contact us when they do need pet food, and if we have it, we will certainly make sure that it is well distributed to those areas. 38 years we've been doing this. I've been doing this more than half my life. Do I see a history or do I see a future with PetSearch? Absolutely. We've got some incredible foster homes. We've got a great board of directors, which include a vet and a vet tech. We have a very strong core of foster homes Some have been with us for many years. Most of them are with us because they adopted an animal from PetSearch. They liked what we did. They liked what we were able to provide for them, such as our president, Deb. She adopted a coconut retriever from St. Thomas who had severe heartworm. And when she contacted us late at night, when Grace collapsed, we made all the arrangements to get her immediately to our vet, who said, it's more serious than what we can handle, and said, we're going to send you to Ohio State. And that's exactly, my husband just drove to Ohio State in the middle of the night, and they took care of Grace, and Grace is still doing strong, and now Deb is our president of our membership as well as one of our big foster homes. So by being able to help our community, we've been able to gather a strong core of not only fosters, volunteers, but community support. There's still a lot of people out there that don't know who we are because we don't have a building. But once again, as I said, a lot of the dogs and cats that we get would not do well living in a cage, living in a kennel with minimal human contact just during business hours. So PetSearch will continue with our foster-based rescue, and I think our community and the people that adopt from us, they like that the best way. This is Velvet. Velvet is an 11-week-old puppy, came from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. We started our partnership with the Humane Society of St. Thomas probably about 2010. My husband and I have been going to St. Thomas for several years, fell in love with the island, made some excellent friends that live on the island, and started doing some volunteer work there and donating to the Humane Society. We hooked up with the manager of the Humane Society, Rhea, became friends, and she checked us out and said, we'd love to have you as a sister shelter. And so that started our relationship with the Humane Society of St. Thomas. The very first transport was Dempsey, our coconut retriever, who is now 9 years old. And so this litter with his litter mates came up from St. Thomas. They were escorted up by families that were traveling on vacation. We also do several larger transports throughout the year as there is money available from the Humane Society of St. Thomas and the availability of space where a lot of the larger dogs can come up to us from St. Thomas. They're only one of many rescues and shelters that we work with. Probably about 60% of our animals that we do bring into our rescue are local. They're from our community. They're from our neighborhoods. They're from our neighbors. They're from people that just reach out to us because they need help. The other 40% we say we are rescuing from our backyard. Our backyard includes West Virginia. We do work very closely with the Paw Squad out of Logan County, West Virginia. And there's several other rescues in West Virginia that we have helped. We've also taken from Mahoney County Dog Pound in Steubenville, Ohio. We've taken from Virginia, of course from St. Thomas. They're probably our biggest sister shelter that we do help. When we have the space, we'll take from anybody, and we also will help other rescues. We just took 2 cats that were out of a hoarding situation of about 20-some cats in Monongahela through another rescue that just does strictly cats. But we had a little bit of space. We'll help them out, take a few.
And this is Maddie.
Yes. Maddie is 8 years old. You see how he goes this when you hold him? He doesn't do that normally. I don't know. That's Lacey Basie. Lacey!
Thanks for watching. For more information on PetSearch as well as Subaru Loves Pets, the links to their websites will be in the description.